Here for it. We're gonna watch your growth, this audience as well as your family, your friends, your children, and spotlighting you was just something I don't know, I felt in my heart to do.
I
Also, I've
appreciate
been
that.
knowing you for since we were like what 12, 13, maybe. Okay, so we kind of familiar with each other, but your story I felt like why not?
Say why not?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I did get that question, why her? Why not? So we here. Okay.
Say we here.
We here. We here. Okay, so let's talk about your background. So where are you from?
I am from Dayton, Ohio, of course. Um, I grew up all over the city, so I don't say no particular neighborhood. I'm just from Dayton,
Okay. Born and raised.
born and raised.
Okay. All right. So how many children do you have?
I have eight,
Ranging
from 26 to 10.
10. Okay. I thought it was a teenager. Okay, I'm off a little bit.
Oh no,
Okay. So you had your first child when?
I was 18 years old when I had my first son. Oh, that's been my best friend. So
Okay, so y'all kind of grew up together.
definitely.
Okay. All right, I got it. So tell me a little bit about your high school, middle school. What high school, middle school you attended?
Oh, I went to Ross. Um, Seventh grade was good for me. I was a regular kid.
Mm-hmm.
Eighth grade, I kind of transitioned over to thinking I was an adult. So it basically wasn't no eighth grade. How I managed to get to the ninth grade without being in the eighth grade, I don't know.
Okay.
But high school, that's where I lost it all.
Okay. So that's when your story began, basically. Okay, we'll go with that. So at 18, single mom, were y'all together or
No.
what was that? Just
Um, that was, ooh, dang girl,
don't cry.
it's too
You know
early
what?
for
I brought
these.
some tissue. I did bring some tissue. I did. It's in my purse.
My first kid was just that, my first kid. His dad wasn't there, of course. So I did it by myself. From 18, my first child was. I've been a single mom basically the whole time. So
If you don't mind me asking, how many fathers do you have out of the eight?
out of the eight, I have six fathers. I tell people I have 10 because I got awesome stepdad, that come around. I got awesome brother that helps a lot. You know, my oldest son, I have a best friend who was there a lot for him growing up. So it don't always take the person that made the child to be the father. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
people took it as a joke, but I was for real.
Okay. Absolutely. Ooh, girl, you touching me. Because it's a struggle, and
It
I know it
is.
has been. So tell me, 18, and then how old were you for the second one?
I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
So they back to
They
back.
basically all are back to back. Okay, I'm going to tell the truth. 18, 19, 21, maybe 23, 24. It wasn't no big gaps in between there. I wasn't playing no games with
No,
making
you
them.
was
So it
not.
was
You was
like,
not. Doesn't sound like it.
mm-mm.
Okay, so let's talk about your little transition because I remember we kind of lost touch as kids. You removed yourself and relocated to Detroit.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you
I was
relocated?
21 when I went to Detroit. I was just turning 21.
And how long were you there?
7 of the longest years of my life.
So it wasn't good to you.
It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good. I thought it was gonna be good because I was going to family, but it was like I still was by myself.
Oh, so you have family
My
there.
dad's side of the family is from Detroit.
Okay.
So, you know, I don't know, it's just like when you step into stuff, you just gotta do it. So I went there expecting help from family,
Mm-hmm.
but it kinda like backfired into still being there doing it on my own. Then I had to nerve to add two more kids to that. So that's where the five came in.
So you had five
I had three when I left and came back with five.
and came back with five.
Yeah.
Okay, and you were there for a total of
7 years.
7 long years, as you say. Okay. So what made you relocate back?
So I came to visit on the Thanksgiving, and I've been through a lot of abuse in between all of this. So I was in an abusive relationship, and they were always losers. So I didn't want to go back to it. I just didn't go back. I left everything again and stayed here. I just never went back. It's been 18 years now.
You regret?
Mm, I won't say I regret, but I don't know why I came back here. Place I should have kept, going somewhere else. But
Right.
it's like you go back to what you're familiar with. Like,
Comfort.
yeah.
Comfort. I can go with that. Okay, so one thing I want to ask that bothers me, but
Mm.
this is just me. Why do you say name yourself Tina with all the kids? So my question for you is it something that you're owning now, or is it something that you accepted?
Okay, so it's a lot of Tinas. I hang with the Martina.
Okay.
So it's always, Tina, Martina. Which one? The one with all the kids? That's me.
So you accepted
I
that label.
accepted it. Like, that's how they define me. That's how they recognize me. That's how they know who they talking
Yeah,
about.
but how did you feel about it?
I don't care. I got all the kids. It's the truth. Sometimes you have to accept the truth.
Okay, so that's what I said. So
Yeah.
it's a
If I was,
difference. I mean, you could be owning it. Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm trying
I'm
to figure
Tina
out.
with
Are
all
you
the kids.
okay?
Even though it's a lot of Tinas with a lot of kids, but
Okay.
I'm the one.
You the one. No one. Okay. So tell me a little bit about the struggles. So you relocated back.
Whew.
5 kids later, we still 3 kids out. So you relocated back, and what transpired, and the struggles, the obstacles, the get down with the get down. What is it? What happened?
The struggles just be just that, struggles. I feel like struggles are what you make them.
Okay.
Now, my life could have turned out way worse, even before where I'm at now. It could have been way worse by me having 8 kids by myself. But I refuse to let that happen no matter,
Mm-hmm.
my kids done seen a lot of struggle with me. I ain't gonna lie, they done seen a lot. We done been in the dark, we done been without water, we done been without heat. But we always was together. We always had a home. And when I was homeless and living with people and needed people, I had people, you know. But I made sure that I didn't fall on them too hard or too long, because that's not their fault or their problem that I'm here with 5 kids with nowhere to go, So, I mean, the struggles is just what you make them. I done struggled a lot. I done a lot to get out of the struggle, but I did it. And my sons respect me for it. My daughters don't really understand it.
And that's what I was going to
because they haven't seen.
How did your kids feel about the struggle?
My sons understand it more than my daughters probably ever would. Because I guess because they girls and they like, why we struggling, like,
Mm-hmm.
But I just explained to them, like, I'm doing the best I can, and believe it or not, y'all really doing good. Because whatever we went through, it wasn't like, we ain't got lights for 30 days. We might not have lights for overnight. Because I'm going to make sure the motherfuckers get turned back on tomorrow.
Right.
But, it's just, what I did and I wish I didn't do is never reach out for much help. Because I didn't want to be judged. Like, you shouldn't have had all them kids if you couldn't take care of them.
So you didn't ask for help?
Not
even
a lot.
The days you needed it. So y'all sat in the dark and you could have asked for help. Pride?
Do I want to say pride or
shame?
I don't like rejection. I hate to be told no. So to avoid somebody telling me no, I just wait till tomorrow and make it happen.
So, out of the 6 men, are any active?
Okay.
Or have they ever been active? Because sometimes that can be a light switch. It's on again, off again, on
And
again,
that's
off
plenty. I
again.
have plenty of light switches.
Okay.
So my oldest son, he really didn't get close to his dad till he was 17. And I didn't stop it or avoid it or intervene in it. You know, I let it happen. Inside of me, I was angry, like, why 17 years? But second son, I gave him up. He's been with his father and their family his whole life. And I can say it with a sad heart, he really hates me.
That was going to be my next question.
And I can't change it, you know. So that's a whole nother story in itself. I can't change it. My third son, I'm going to go down. My third son.
Can we go a little bit to that story now?
With me giving my son.
I'm going to piggyback.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. Because that's
she need a moment.
So my third son, his dad, I was only dealing with him for 30 days, got pregnant by him. He said it wasn't his. Okay, that's fine. He's mine. Then when I left and went to Detroit, he wanted to try and start being the father. That was a funny story too. Okay. The fourth and the fifth kid, they came from a relationship in Detroit. He was abusive and jealous and stuff like that, you know. He ended up in prison, so no, he's not been a part either.
Okay.
Then I meet my second daughter's dad.
I'm just getting tissue.
They number 6 and 7. I call them numbers too. That's funny. They number 6 and 7 now. He's a very active dad, but he didn't be a father like how I wanted him to be a father. You know, he's a father how he wants to be a father, and that's what made us. Yeah, that's what made us not get along. But you know, right now he got his daughters. They with him. They liking it. They're happy. So we co-parents in that way. So it is what it is. And then number 6, he was another abusive one. And he just recently got out of prison. He been gone for 5 years. Mm-hmm. He was in kindergarten. My son was in kindergarten when he left. And now he's about to be in 5th grade. And he wants to be a dad. And I'm going to let him, of course, because, you know, right. The baby don't got nothing to do with what we went through. So I want him to be there. Right. But my thing with them is, I just feel like y'all don't have to talk to me at all. I don't like to deal with them at all. Because they all are clouds over me. I honestly feel like I should have not dealt with none of them. But, you know, it all happened. So it's like.
So dealing with them, does that depress you?
Mm-hmm. I don't even like for them to come in my house. It's like, call your kid when you outside and them run out and meet you or whatever. I don't like to be around them because they're bad energy to me. And not to call them bad men or nothing anymore, but they just bad energy to me. For my sanity, you know. Probably, I might still be angry. I might still be bitter. It could be a lot of different things, but I deal with it better not being around them.
I mean, everybody has to come into their own when they come into it. That's the one thing I'm trying to get with.
It's hard. Yeah. It's real hard because
it's definitely a battle. You want to rush people along their healing, and sometimes they're not ready, and you just have to accept that.
Because one of my biggest things is people change when they want to, and people do what they want to.
Exactly. So if you don't mind, I'm sure people want to hear the story about your other son, and I don't want to say his name because I don't know.
Okay, yeah, we're not going to say his name. We're not going to say it.
So let's talk about him.
Well,
I kind of remember.
I was 19 years old on my second kid, and I was wild, and I was just crazy, and I was an alcoholic, and I didn't want to deal with 2 kids. Plus, he was sick all the time, and I didn't want to deal with that. So it was like I had came to a point where I was kicked out of my mom's house. We had got into it. She kicked me out. And my son's dad's parent or mom knew about it or whatever, and she was basically willing to take my first son and him. But I'm like, nah, y'all just take the one that's kin to y'all. And it backfired on me. I don't want to go into too much detail about it, but it backfired on me because I was 19, young and stupid. And they were educated, you know, they knew a lot that I didn't know, and they made stuff happen to where give him to us, we'll take care of him till you get on your feet. And it flipped. But at the same time, I was like, well, okay, y'all can keep him. I just had this one to worry about. Boom. I moved to Detroit, started getting my life together. I was coming back, having him and Martez's birthday parties together because they were born in the same month. And then one year, the dad was like, oh, well, my sister said I can't get him. Sure, baby. How your sister gonna say you can't get him? And I think he was maybe 3 that year. And it just went downhill from then. It was like, oh, you can't see him. Ah, you a horrible mom for keep having kids. Meanwhile, dad's still having kids too. And he's not really with dad. He's with mom and sister.
Right.
But I'm the villain for still living, you know. So I had to accept that too. And, you know, a couple of times I would reach out and they would cuss me out and move him all the way to another state, all the way down there where I couldn't run into him again. You know, they did a lot. They made me look like I was a bad mom. One time I seen the sister somewhere and she like, yeah, they saying your kids ain't in school and all this other stuff. Girl, shut up talking to me. Because how you getting straight A's and you're not in school? How I got 5 kids that's on their way graduating. I got 5 graduates. You got to go to school to do that. So, you know, they painted a bad picture of me to my son. And one day I hope that I can just, you know, if I don't even get to talk to him, I just hope one day I can hug him and tell him that it wasn't like that.
So you guys have no communication?
No.
Even him as
He
an
told
adult?
me out of his own mouth, he said, I don't know you. All I know about you is your name. And I said, you're right. And I want to change that when you ready. That's all I can say. He ain't ready yet, I guess. He about to be, he's 25. Martez is 26. He's 25.
Okay.
I got some friends that see him all the time, though. They tell me about it.
All right. You had some recent happen to you, which was your father was released. And I didn't get all the details. So tell me more about how long your father was incarcerated, and let's go into that.
So I was a little kid that had my father. He
You
was
did?
there. Yeah.
Okay.
My dad was there. He was here with us. And then he left. They had their habits and stuff, you know. So he left. I thought he was just gone, you know, back to Detroit or something maybe. Well, kind of find out he was all in California. Bam, he went to prison. He did 30 plus years.
What did he do?
In my grandmother's voice, you know, we don't discuss your dad. So I'm going to leave that where it's at.
Okay.
But he did 30 plus years and he just got released last Tuesday. But I used to write my father. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was at a point where I hated him because I felt like, because he left me, every man I dealt with left me. And I blamed him for that. I used to be like, oh, I can't stand you. You the reason why men don't treat me right. You the reason why men always leave me. I always tell him that. And he used to always ask me when I would talk to him, he was like, you got a man yet? And I'm like, no, I don't want one. I ain't don't want one. So now, you know, I got the man that I deal with, and he knows about him, and he loves that. He like, oh, I'm so glad. I can't wait to meet him and all this other stuff. Because now he feel like probably, oh, she don't hate me no more. And what I guess, right, when I stopped hating him is when he got out of prison. It's funny how that works because he went for the board so many times. I done wrote so many letters. for them to always tell him no.
So, what age did he become absent? How old were you?
I thought I was 9. But he didn't go to prison until I was 14, so I don't know how to really fit that in there. I don't know.
He was just like in and out between.
No, when he left, he left. So he must have left when I was 9, but didn't do what he did till I was 14, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Let me ask, do you feel as though his absence was a contributing factor of you having multiple children, multiple fathers?
So when I was like, we was all teenagers, we used to always say, oh, when I get this age, I'm going to have this many kids. I always wanted 10 kids, but I wanted the husband and the family and all that. I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to be at home cooking and cleaning and all of that. That's the life that I wanted.
Okay.
I didn't want to work and break my back at work. No. I wanted to be at home. I wanted to be feeding my man, feeding my kids, taking care of my family. That's the life I wanted. But it didn't happen like that at all. But I still cooked and took care of my kids. But on the flip side, I had to go to work too.
Right.
Shit.
So do you feel like if he had a presence, more of a presence?
I don't know. I'm not gonna blame that on him because no,
it's not. It's not blame. I'm asking that question just to be transparent because I can sympathize and empathize. My father also did 23 years, although he didn't go until I was 18.
Okay.
So when I know how I felt when he was released, and this is why I can have this conversation because I truly understand it and I lived it.
I don't know if it would have changed nothing because I had made my own decisions to be wild and crazy.
Gotcha.
Like, you know my mom. You know she wasn't going.
Right. No,
but I went anyway.
No,
I took the whoopings, I took the black eyes, I took the everything she had to give. I took it, and soon she went to work, I was out of there. Sometimes I was gone for months. She came looking, hunting, sending the police. I ain't coming out there. Still, like, so I don't know if he would have changed how I was or not. We still do what we want to do.
We do. So your relationship with him?
Girl, if he called me one more time,
okay,
I'll be like, Dad, I'm doing something. I'm busy. It makes him feel good to hear me say Dad, though. Okay. And he been talking to all the grandkids. He got 20 of them. 21 or 2. It's a lot of them.
So how does he have more children?
So it's me, my brother, and then I got a sister and brother in Detroit. And then, it might be some other ones around. We don't know. I don't know.
Okay. So your parents were together at one point?
At one point, yeah. They were.
Okay.
That's really the only man my mama ever had, you ask me. Nobody else really. She had a good baby daddy, let her tell it, but they just had they back then.
They had their stuff.
Yeah.
Right, they stuff.
It was way different back then for them.
Okay, so how you feeling today? We're going to dive into Boss Potato. Cause
today?
You done bossed up, sweetheart.
Girl, my life is so, I love my life. It's so unpredictable. Like, every day is a different everything for me. Like, I love the fact that I can wake up and say, I ain't working today. And I'm still all right, because I know if I say that today, tomorrow they going to be like, you working? Mm-hmm. So it's like,
support system been with that?
Okay, support with that.
Friends, family. It seems like you got the community now. You
and the community is all that matters.
The community is
because I gave up on the friends and family.
For you.
I gave up on the friends and family support, and not to say my friends and family don't support me, but those are not the ones that I need to spend most of my time worrying about supporting me. Because McDonald's and them ain't making it by worrying about if they family coming in there.
Yeah,
You
but
get what I'm saying?
but that's on the economic side. I'm
That's
speaking
all I can
on.
worry about right now.
Okay.
I already
So you've
stressed about
already
the other
okay. So
side.
you've separated. You've been
Yeah,
able to separate
you
it.
gotta grow out of that.
You definitely do.
Cause I was like, ugh, I ain't never talking to this person, or this person still ain't bought nothing, or this person this and that person that, and I can't believe this person. And I'm like, let that go, cause every one of those people, 5 more did. And I had to realize that support doesn't always come from them purchasing something.
Mm-mm.
Support could be
A
him
text
way over there
message.
done said, oh, my friend, she got potatoes. Go
Word
get
of
one
mouth.
from her.
Mm-hmm.
I had to grow out of that. Cause it's hurtful for your friends not to support you.
And that's what I
And
was
your
saying.
family not to be your biggest fans. Especially when you cooking a person like me who fed everybody. And I mean, I would cook just to cook and tell people come and get some because I know I made a whole bunch of it.
Okay.
And they would come.
So how many people have you lost? How many people have you lost that really mattered? Because you're gonna lose a lot on your come up. You know that, right?
It's not, I won't even say I lost them.
It's like shedding dead skin.
I won't say I lost them. I know that a lot of my relationships with my closest people changed. And I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing because, like I said, I'm great. But I be feeling some type of way like, dang, why this and why that? But I also had to let that go. Because, like they say, you can't take everybody with you.
Everybody's not going. That's not God's plan.
As bad as I be wanting to take everybody with me. Like, everybody. Just like with my dinners, everybody be like, why you ain't invite me? Why you didn't invite me? I don't invite anybody. I put a flyer out there and they invite themselves. That's how.
So are you selective?
No, if you send me $35, $40, you can come.
Okay.
That's how I'm meeting new people. Whoever send their money, the first however many people I want to accept, whoever send their money can come. Okay. That's how we meeting new people.
Exactly. That's networking.
Yeah. Absolutely. I do personally invite 1 or 2 people, but that's at my discretion. That's probably after I already got my 20 seats filled. It's not about my friends. It's about making friends. Okay. Networking. I done ran into some decent people doing this.
Yes, you have.
Yeah. I said, I want to do something different. I want to meet people.
Remember, I inboxed you and I said, I keep hearing your name ringing. And I heard your name at the incubator, which is why I inboxed you and to let you know, okay, Tina, it's time to clean house. Because you're getting ready to move. You're getting ready to move in a different direction.
And it feels so good.
Everybody can't go.
It feels so good. Everywhere I go, people recognize who I am in a positive way.
Exactly.
You know, I was so negative.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah. But we live and we learn. And that's the thing about this podcast. I want people to see your growth, or any single mama on here. I want people to be able to see what's transpiring in their lives.
Cause it's being a single mom is hard, but
what's the hardest thing you feel like being a single mom?
Dang. I don't even really know how to answer that, Brandy. I really don't, because I was a different type of mom, period. With my sons, as far as school goes, they knew. Like, if a teacher called me and I got to come up to that school while I'm either at work or asleep, it's a problem. They didn't want problems. And I didn't want to give them none, so we ain't had none.
So you have pretty good kids.
Yeah, I got pretty decent kids. You know,
that's a blessing.
Yeah, it's a real blessing, and you know that took hard work. My main thing was to not to look down on the projects or nothing like that. But my main thing was to not be there raising them, because I feel like it would have turned out way different. Okay. You know, that atmosphere is just different in itself.
So the struggle of being in the dark, being without, you sacrifice that over being in the project.
projects.
That's commendable.
I refused
I
because
mean, some people will look at it different, but a person know what they want and they
Yeah.
know what they want for their children.
and because I grew up in all of them, and I seen what came from all of them.
Right.
I didn't want that. Cause like I got 5 adult sons. I should have, according to stereotypes, way more than 1 grandkid.
Hmm.
Now, if I would have lived in the projects,
No telling.
no telling how many grandkids I would have right now.
So you, wow, crazy as you say, and you have daughters that are not like that. You
Whew.
have to, girl, you have to get on your knees.
We about to talk about that. So, I just recently changed within these last 3 or 4 years with the going out, being in the streets, being drunk, all of that.
Okay.
And I did that because they were growing up. My daughters, my sons, they lived through it all. They lived through my drunk nights, being hungover, throwing up all night. They lived through all of that. I had to be like, now my daughter's done seen it, of course, but I had to get better for them.
Because now they watching.
Because they watching hard. And it's like,
That's
I didn't want them to be like, oh, well, all she do is go to work and leave work and go to the bar and come home drunk. That's all I was doing. Because I was depressed and I was angry and
I was waiting on you to say that.
I was just sick of myself. I was like, ugh. I had lost everything. Brandy talked, my driver's license, my career, quote unquote, my sanity. We ain't gonna talk about the sanity that I lost. I lost everything from 2017 to 2021. In 2020, I was just beginning to start gaining stuff back. But
You got some comments. You want me to read your comments?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, hey everybody, thank you guys for commenting. We got Whitney Barkley that said, "Go ladies, I'm proud of both of y'all," which is amazing.
Yeah,
That's a
because
really
she's
cool
our
thing.
girl.
Yes.
She's our girl.
We just talked about her.
We did.
But we also had another comment that was talking about when you said that you don't need family for real. You just concentrating on like people that's gonna actually come and buy. It says strangers have everything you need, cash flow. You don't have enough friends and family to support your dreams monetary wise.
And that's true.
That's shout out to William True Enterprises.
Mhm.
Yeah, he been a
Yep.
good support.
That's
Shondell.
that's true. That's true because
The only thing about the economic aspect, we know that they can't support on that level. But sometimes myself personally, I struggle with not having that personal support. You know what I'm saying? That go to. Well, let me run this off of you. What you think of this or what you think of that? Because it just ain't there. But one thing I'm realizing is they don't really understand your struggle.
Well, Shondell said, "What is one lesson you've learned as a mother that you tell a teen mom today?"
Not even a teen mom. Any
Just
mom.
a mom.
I done learned so many lessons being a mom.
But what resonates?
One thing that really sticks out to me is just you gotta be honest with your kids.
Absolutely.
How so?
My kids feel like just because they see money coming in every day that I'm rich or that I can afford everything. And that's not how it goes. They don't understand the concept of bills. They don't understand that those houses that I be living in, I have to pay for. That water that they leave running, I have to pay for. They don't understand that. So we got to be honest with these kids. And now all this social media junk out, TikTok telling them when we get our taxes and telling them that they supposed to get some and all of this old weird stuff. Like, we just got to be honest. Honesty is one of the easiest parenting things. And if you got bad kids, tell them how you going to do something to them. and then they'll know you're gonna do something. They won't be bad. You gotta be honest. Like, for real. All that spoiling these kids and all that is horrible out here now, the way these kids act. I'm glad I had mans at 18, 19, 20, 21.
Honestly, because I'm feeling that. No, I'm feeling that.
Cause, woo.
Because I got little babies that gotta.
Even my 10-year-old kind of try and give me the business.
Right.
And I feel like because I'm older, they hate that too. My kids be like, Mom, you 44 years old. My friend's mom is 26. I say, yeah, and that's why your friend get to do everything she want to do. That's why you upstairs in your room.
And you're not. Absolutely.
Hi, friend.
Okay. So let me ask, when it comes down to single moms, do you feel as though you are making a positive impact on them? Do you feel like, how do you feel like you're helping the single mom community with where you currently are today?
Okay, so I think my dinners is a way for, I had one lady that was there last night. She just had a baby, and that was her first time being away from her baby. And she needed that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's been feeling postpartum depression and all of that. So she needed just that. I watched her sneak on out. I didn't even say nothing because she was probably missing her baby, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But we need each other, and we need me time. And it don't always have to be about going to the club and all of that, because I make sure y'all drink good, y'all eat good. You know, what else be happening? We dance good. We just be over there feeling good, and y'all be happy. They be laughing. You know, a lot of people be going through stuff and can't get away. And
can't get away or can't get it out.
Can't get it out. A lot of people don't talk about stuff because everybody judging them.
Everybody judge them.
So,
everybody got something to say. You can't trust. You can't. And I think for me, that is like the biggest thing for me, because I was like suppressing so much, and I was like, I don't got nobody to talk to. She gonna say that. She gonna say that. They gonna think
she gonna tell them.
It was like, so I was like, I'm gonna build my own community. And
that's exactly what I've done.
And walking into your home yesterday is what it reminded me of. I'm like, oh yeah, she got her own following. Mm-hmm. She got her own people. Like, this is phenomenal. Like, so from me to you, I have a new respect for you. Just being truthful. I truly do. Like, I didn't know what I was walking into, and I was like, oh, I'm not going over no Tina house. Like, Tina, you know, me and Tina know each other, so I don't know if I fit in with that, you know, but I will say, I do have a new level of respect for you, and I'm encouraging you to keep going. Don't let nobody get in your way. I told you, when them people start saying your name, it's time for you to change the game. And I want you to keep going. Like, but I'm gonna say something else. So now I watch your little Facebook page and all your little posts, and now you got this new man. Like, you just like shining anymore. So is this like, you want to talk about this, or you want to talk about the new man in your life?
I'm gonna just say this,
because one thing I'm gonna say is, I've never seen you truly smile, and I don't know if it's because you getting out, you doing stuff. You networking like a mug. You doing your thing.
It's a combination
so it's like you feeling good inside out, you know, from the inside to the outside, or is it him, or is it both?
It's that combination of all of that.
Okay.
And it's like, he came into my life at a point where I was still, quote unquote, hating men. Like, you know, just treating them like rag dogs, like they treat us, you know. No, for real, I was. And he's just different. He make me smile all the time. My kids respect him. My sons really respect him. And I've been single for like, Zamar's 10, so I've been single for like 9 years.
Wow.
So, you know, I definitely respect what we have. It means everything to me. So, it is what it is.
Okay.
I respect.
So tell me, how's your faith?
My faith is everything these days. That's another thing about him. He encourages that.
Okay.
You know, how do I want to say this? I had an attitude with God, quote unquote,
Really?
because I wanted to know why me? Why you make me do this by myself? Why you give me all these kids to take care of by myself? Like,
Right.
why you couldn't give me a husband? Why me? What made you think I was so strong, dude? Like, really? And then I had to realize he could have gave this position to anybody.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But I was fit for it.
What you said is small fire to a boss.
To a boss. And it was the transition to that level right there, that's a whole nother chapter. Because baby, I never expected it to take off like it did. I was just trying to
No, let's talk about it.
I was
because
just trying to sell some dinners.
And that's what I was gonna say. How did we get to Boss Potatoes? Like, what transpired in your life that you just decided one day I'm about to be an entrepreneur? Because you were once a factory worker.
Man, I done did fast food, STNAs, factory. Factory was my last job, and when COVID came, they fired me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried to work at 2 other jobs. I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do this. I don't want this.
Okay.
So I started selling the dinners, of course. I was doing everything: chicken, pork chops, fish, macaroni, green beans, greens, all that. Driving myself insane, basically, was what I was doing.
Trying to keep up.
Trying to keep up and trying to do all that. So one day, my friend Latrice Sanders, shout out, she was like, do baked potatoes. And I'm like, do baked potatoes. And I did baked potatoes.
So you found your niche.
Found my niche. I did the basic little chicken, broccoli, steak, broccoli, cheese, all that. Then I got bored. Like, man, I don't want to keep some of these boring potatoes. And I just started creating potatoes. The buffalo chicken, the chicken teriyaki, the cheesesteak, salmon with corn and broccoli. Just started making them look like big platters. Like, where the potato at? It's
Right.
Then I got bored again. Like, I'm going to do pizza.
Okay.
And my brother was like, Snook, shout out to Snook Scott. He was like, I don't know, sis, pizza gonna be kind of hard. I said, boom, I'm about to do pizza. Took off. When I say they love that pizza,
yeah,
you know.
I love that pizza. Shout out to the salmon pizza. I love that pizza. Yes, ma'am. So I can definitely relate to that.
So yeah, so then I got bored again.
And so now we on to something else.
Now I'm on to catering.
Else?
Now I'm on to catering. I do the catering. I'm kind of under the radar with the catering because, you know, I'm doing it for the incubator and University of Dayton and, you know, all the different churches coming from different states.
Bossing up.
You know, so I'm doing that on the corporate level.
Okay. I got a question that says, she have a page where she sells potatoes. I love potatoes.
Oh, yes.
I do, but I don't. Tell her to 937-270-3588.
Let me read that one more time. She have a page where she sells potatoes. I love potatoes. And what's your answer, Martina?
937-270-3588.
You got another question that says, or it's not a question, but it's a comment. Don't forget about mine. LOL. I'm supporting cuz and supporting. Love you always. That is it Sherelle Strickland?
Sherelle Strickland. That's my baby. I love her. That's my baby cousin.
Everybody keep them comments coming.
Keep them
to
coming.
The
Keep
Single
them
Mom
coming.
Is
Podcast.
there anybody that has a question for her? Let's talk about that. But as we continue.
I got one.
Go.
Can I?
Yeah.
Seriously.
You talking?
You got a question? He said, seriously.
Well, what do you think was your most misstepped thing that you did? Well, let me ask you this. You have 8 children. Okay. And children are a blessing. Off top. If somebody else didn't have any children, would you want them? Would you tell them to go on that same journey, or would you tell them to do it differently?
That is on my question list.
I would definitely tell them to do it different.
You would tell them to do it different.
Yes.
What would you tell younger Martinas, because there's more than one Martina? What would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
Before I started this business on my own thing, I would have told them to finish school and make sure education was always first. I had scholarships for track. I had scholarships for academics. I had scholarships that was going to take me wherever I wanted to be in life. But that ain't what I wanted. Be true to yourself first. I selected the hard way because of the way I was growing up. You get what I'm saying?
No.
I came from an era where...
How did you grow up? How did you grow up where it was making you take this route?
It's something you're not speaking on. And it's
because I don't want to pull a lot into, I don't, it's a lot that I don't, because it'll pull a lot of people into it, but
it's something you are like, it is.
I just had to grow up fast. It was like, I had to grow up fast, to protect people around me.
Okay.
So to speak.
So we'll leave it there.
So I had to do a lot growing up. Not just getting a job.
Okay, so do you feel as though the lot you're speaking of, is that why you became so rebellious and promiscuous and fast, as people would have called it back in our day?
Definitely why. That's definitely why. And it was more like, I would tell the young me, I don't need all them kids to feel like I'm loved. I had all those kids so I could have people who was going to love me and not leave me. If that makes sense.
Definitely.
So that's why I had a lot of kids.
But
now, all my kids are grown, and I'm back to being where they left me. They done left the house. They don't live with me no more. Okay. I keep these big old houses, and I don't got no more kids for real. Like, my kids I got Zaymar. My daughter about to be 8. Well, she's 18 now. She graduated in May. She probably leaving to go to school. It's just going to be me and Zaymar because 2 of my other daughters went to their dad. And I don't know when they coming back, and I ain't going to rush them back. But, there's plenty of room for them when they do come. But I did that to have people that wasn't going to leave me, and then they grew up and they left me.
So
are
you past that phase in life?
Girl, yeah. I'm past that phase because I be like, pew. I love being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I couldn't do that.
I mean, have you internally dealt with the depression? Because that's what it sounds like. You were just in
a state of depression.
Major.
I dug myself out of that.
If you don't cut that phone off.
I'm sorry. Popular. But I dug myself out of the depressed stage. Now, don't get me wrong. I still have days where I be like, not so much depressed, but I get overwhelmed a lot. Because I do a whole lot. Like, I do everything for my business. Everything. It's just me.
Right.
So, and then I still got to be a mom on top of that. And a girlfriend. And a daughter. I'm stuck in that being a sister here lately. That's my biggest.
So the time management part, how are you managing that? Because I'm battling with that.
I'm battling with it too. It's a lot of stuff that I have to do, I can't get done. It's a lot of stuff that I need to do, I can't get done. It's a lot of stuff that I want to do, I can't get done. I turned down a lot of money too, because I can't get to it.
Why haven't you reached out for help?
My true answer?
Yeah.
Because people lazy. People don't do what they post. People. Okay, when I do reach out for my help, I'm not reaching out to nobody I know. I want all strangers around me because your friends and your family, if you ask them for help, they want to do it when they want to, not when you need them to. So people don't understand that. Like, a lot of people don't take what I'm doing serious.
But do you?
Definitely. Because I know that black and white showing me I take it serious. But see, they don't know that part of it. They don't know that side of it. They don't know what that.
So do you feel like, because you like right on the cusp, you know you get ready. I know you get ready to blow up because I know where I heard your name. I feel you like you about to blow up. Do you feel like you're about to blow up?
I know I am. And the way I'm about to blow up gonna be so different because I want so different.
And that's what I want to say. Do you want it?
I want. You don't even understand what I want.
To sacrifice all of the disappointment, all of the people, sometimes even your kids.
Honey, my
get there.
My kids. My kids lazy too.
I was gonna say, are they helpful?
My daughter, my number 7. She was helping me a lot, but they lazy. They don't want to do the work for real. They just want some of the money. And the only way they gonna get the money is how I have to take care of them and provide for them. They don't really want to work for it.
Do you feel like, someone told me this a while ago and it just stuck with me. Nobody cares about your story. All they care about is winning. So do you feel as though once you win, that your children
will recognize,
your friends, your family, not even just recognize or just respect it? Do you feel like you win first?
With that being said, if I gotta win first to get y'all to recognize what I'm doing is real, I ain't gonna want it then. I want it from the people who seeing me struggling, watching my footwork and watching how hard I am, putting all my sweat into this. Like, I get up every day. I'm at GFS at 7. I'm at Kroger's by 7:45. I'm at Restaurant Depot by 8. And this is like every other day I'm doing this. And then I'm taking orders by 12. And I'm pushing these orders out. And I'm doing this all the way till 8 o'clock. And then I get up and I do it again. It's hard. But I want it. Everybody like, get a food truck. I want a building. I want a whole location. I got a whole vision in my head. What you seen at my house yesterday, imagine that in the building. That was 23 women in my house yesterday. Imagine it being 66, 106, 200.
That's what it's about.
And that's where I'm going to get.
But that's what it's about.
I can't wait. It's an amazing feeling knowing that it's coming.
In your next 2 years, where do you see Martina Scott being Boss Potato? 2 years. I'm only giving you 2 years.
In 2 years, 2 years from today, I will have that building.
So that's the goal.
That's the goal. I might have 2. Because I got 2 different setups in my head. I want to order and go building, and I want an event hall. I want a building where I'm serving y'all and feeding y'all, and then I want a building where y'all picking up them potatoes or them pizzas.
Okay.
So, and even if we was at the Licking in Chicago, they got one building with that on one side and what I said on the other side. It could be one. We split it in 2. But that's what I want.
That's the ultimate goal.
So y'all be pulling up to my building like,
look at them potatoes, huh? And I'll be like, where my salmon potato? My salmon pizza. That's what I would personally say.
That salmon pizza, I've never even tasted it.
Well,
and that's one of my biggest sellers.
Yeah, you should. It's fire. It's definitely fire. So is there anything that you can share with a single mom that's like going through it, trying to figure it out, any positive feedback, because we suffer and we need so much. We truly need so much.
So, one thing is, we got to start letting these men be fathers that they want to be and not the fathers that we want them to be.
Okay.
That's where a lot of us are struggling at. That's why a lot of us are doing it by ourselves. Second of all, we have to, and not just us moms, us dads too, we have to get off of the fact that if the mom don't want us or if the dad don't want us, the kid can't want be around the dad or the mom. Like, no. Let them kids go.
Right.
Because in the midst of being a bitter mom, you're also causing yourself depression. Because you're putting everything on yourself. You telling that man he can't see your baby because he got a girlfriend. Girl, so what? Let that baby go.
There is one thing you did post a while, and it was one of your kids' father's girlfriend or other mother or something. You guys have a close relationship.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work?
It takes growth. It takes maturity.
Because you shouted her out.
And
I was like, that's awesome. Like,
yeah, 'cause it took a lot for me to
that space.
Because I had to realize no matter how I felt about her, no matter how I feel about the dad, my kids love him. That's his girlfriend, so they love her. Ain't no point in me driving myself insane because I don't care nothing about him.
Right.
No more.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So why am I driving myself insane to keep the kids away? Or to argue and fight and bicker? Like,
so
no.
The key is growth and maturity.
Yeah, the key is growth and maturity, and it takes a long time for that, especially when the mother and father are still involving themselves with each other. And it's a lot of that. These men be in relationships with other women and they still dealing with their baby moms. And that's a big issue. You gotta let that go. You got to.
So you guys got to the point where you could just separate it and just say,
I had to for myself. My kids' dads were more the dads like, you got a boyfriend, let him do it. That's not their kid.
right.
Or, if you can't give me none, then I ain't doing nothing. What?
Right. I mean,
And that's for real out here.
No, everything you speaking about is
So,
real within our community.
We gotta let stuff go. I had to let it go. They say let it go and give it to God. I just let it go. And if God picked it up, that was on him. Because I ain't want to deal with it. I know he ain't want to deal with it. Like, You just have to let stuff go. You got to grow up. Because them kids, perfect example. My older kids now see everything I said about their dads was true.
So you feel as though now you don't.
So really, I wasted my breath speaking on it. Yeah, because they gonna see. They gonna see. They gonna see it for themselves.
Absolutely.
They gonna see it for themselves, and now I just be like, I see it. And this one thing I want to touch on. The part where everybody be like, women can't raise a man. I won't say we can raise a man, but we can teach them what we think a man should be. And then they can follow up from there. Because for me to be a woman, I showed potty trained 5 men.
Right.
So how did that happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know dads out here that's raising their daughters. And I wouldn't dare say that they can't teach her how to be a woman.
I just think our community comes with
so many double standards, and
it boils down to, number one, we don't even know who we are. So when you don't know who you are, you don't know where to go. And that's just the foundation of it all. You have to learn who you are, where we came from as people. It's so funny because I just told my daughter, my 12-year-old, and I was like, because I grew up, in the Catholic school system. However, I went to an African American Catholic school. So our Black history was like a part of our day to day. Like they were serious about it. Like, so I asked my daughter the other day, she's in a Christian school, and I was like, you ain't never even seen Eyes on the Prize. And she was like, no. I said, oh yeah. This gonna teach you where we came from.
Right.
Because once you learn that, you'll look at life completely different. And I'm not speaking on the other cultures of the negative aspect of anything, but it will teach you who you are. So once you learn that piece, then you can move forward. You'll walk a little different.
So you'll keep walk a little different.
Yeah, you'll keep certain things in your forefront.
Right.
But I thank you for being here.
I appreciate you for having me.
People always say, give you your flowers.
Oh, I'm getting flowers.
So I'm giving you your flowers.
Thank you.
And this is my ebook and my affirmation card.
I was watching your live about your affirmation cards. I can't wait to read.
Yes, yes. And you please give me your positive feedback. Or your
will.
feedback. It don't even have to be positive. And this is also my hoodie, and it say, although boyfriend, y'all in a relationship right now, but she been solo and solid for a long time.
Say for a long time.
So here's your shirt.
Thank you.
And I thank you. Can I
I
have a
got more
hug?
gifts. Yes, you did.
And
Thank you.
I am so proud of you.
I
I
appreciate
am
it.
looking forward to everything that you bring to this Gem City, because this is where you are.
Say
and
this where I'm
this
at.
is where you at, and this is where you plan to be and grow. So, hats off to you.
Thank you.
Thank you
I
to
appreciate it.
Ahava for allowing my space here and supporting me, because he has been a great support. And my homeboy over here in the corner, Peanut Johnson, he's got my back as well. So
Peanut Johnson.
right, so he's also another.
I'm doing an event with Peanut Johnson Thursday.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Who are you? Networking.
Networking.
Official networking shit. Right. So you gotta watch him too, because he's definitely on the come up. And I keep being in his ear about politics, because he knows a lot about a lot. But thank y'all for watching. Gem City Mama. Yes, I have a YouTube channel, Gem City Mama in one word. I also have my email address is brandy@officialgemcitymama.com. And we also have a website, officialgemcitymama.com. Shout me out. Any feedback. I'm looking forward to any feedback, positive or negative, because y'all watching me, so watch my journey and at least tell me the truth about my journey.
Tell me the truth.
Right, because y'all be having people out here looking like clowns, and y'all think that that's cool, and that's really not cool. That's not what it's about. But stay tuned. More to come. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Gem City Mama.